A boy came home from school one day and said, "Dad, I think I failed my English test." And the dad said, "Boy, don't say that, that's negative. Be positive." So the son said, "All right, Dad, I'm positive I failed my English exam." Bad things happen. I mean, life's hard. Life has a way of beating you down until you're laying flat on your face, exhausted, confused, and worried, and then just for good measure, kicks you one more time. But this just doesn't happen to you, it happens to everyone. And though we know this mentally, we still feel like we're the only ones suffering. Here's what I found. In life, when we go through a problem, we detach ourselves away from the people we love and whom we share our concerns. We don't do this because we truly want the time alone, though initially it begins that way. What we want to know is that they care enough for us when we go astray to come get us, much like in the movies. And even when they do come, we push them away just a little to see if they really wanted to come in the first place. Again, we don't do this for them, we do it for ourselves. Because when you're going through a hard time, the tendency is to become self-centered. How can you make me feel better? How can you make me feel more important? One time I heard Les Brown say, "When things go bad, don't go with them." And though I'm not negating the fact that pulling your focus away from your hurt is not an easy thing, I am saying that it is a necessary thing. If you look at many of the books written, businesses formed, or inventions created, most of them came out of life's problems. The book A Child Called It was written by a man who suffered from one of the worst child abuse cases in California's history. His mother was an alcoholic who brutally beat and starved him. Yet out of this great misery came a book that's changed so many people's lives. Mothers Against Drunk Driving, the organization known as MAD, was caused out of a tragedy that one mom experienced when her daughter was killed in a drunk driving incident. And she vowed right there in her deceased little girl's bedroom to do something about drunk driving. A small group of determined women changed the way a nation views driving under the influence and have cut the amount of alcohol-related incidences in half over the past 20 years. The unique thing about your problem is that you're not the only one experiencing it. We've all been in class and wanted to ask the question because we didn't understand what the heck was going on. However, we assumed that we weren't the only ones getting it. And yet then later to find out that there were several other students who also didn't understand. The same principle is true in life. We all go through similar challenging emotions such as rejection, grief, jealousy, and sadness. However, these emotions are brought on by an array of different situations. When individuals are facing this crisis, times are tough, again for everyone. However, one individual will come to the scene with answers about how to pull through this particular situation. If truth were told, that person wasn't one of the first ones to figure it out. However, they were one of the few that thought that they could solve that problem for other people. So they created a product or a business centered around solving that problem for people in exchange for money. And then, the more people they helped solve that problem, the more money that they made. Life is a series of choices, and in every situation or circumstance, you choose your focus. The statement sounds so simple, but the reality to this is the simple truth becomes very complex when it's mixed with your emotions. However, if you choose to focus on the opportunity inside of your circumstances, you will reap the rewards because you're not the only one going through that situation in your business, in that circumstance surrounding your family, or that emotional baggage due to a breakup. If it's a problem for you, it's a problem for someone else. And if you can pull yourself out of that problem, you can pull someone else out of that problem, and they will willingly pay you to help them. When I owned my last business, I realized that I needed help from a company who could help me lower my costs, increase my productivity, maximize my brand awareness, build a website, and create graphics. And oh yeah, I needed all that stuff for really cheap. So I created a company that could do all of that for you for the cost of one minimum wage employee. I solved the problem for myself, and now I get paid for helping other people to solve that problem as well. So solve your own problem, and then create an opportunity so that other people can pay you to solve theirs. I wish you great success in the accomplishment of your purpose. And until next time, I am Stephen Roddy, and this is Monday Money Live, and together we are moving forward.